Hello, Bongani. Thank you for joining us. Please go ahead and give us an update of this summit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, heads of states will be arriving tomorrow. That's where I can start with where there will be discussions. We know that there is war in DRC, there is war in Sudan, silencing of guns, and discussions on policies. These are some of the discussions that we are expecting that the heads of state, when they arrive here, they will touch up on. But also we know that there have been sessions that have been happening here since this 38 AU summit started on the 12th, and today is the 14th, and it's still going on. But I have key people here that have been attending this summit that we can talk to just to understand on key discussions that have been happening here. I have Dr. Adebayo. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us here at News Central TV. What are some of the key discussions that have been happening here?
Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful event so far here, and some of the key events that we've had here is discussions with the commissioners of agriculture, the commissioners of healthcare, the commissioners of economic development, and also the ACOSON, that's like the parliament of civil society organizations, has discussed what they have done in the past 4 years, their previous tenures, and also their plans, the blueprint they laid out for the new incoming commissioners. And it's very key to note that Africa is going through a very interesting period, and the topic of this particular AU on reparations and justice, it reflects across all the various commissioners, and we had the opportunity to engage with the commissioners on issues bordering on Africa in terms of insecurity, in terms of food sovereignty, which is currently under attack through the genetically modified crops, and we also had the opportunity to interrogate the framework and policies on vaccination, on education, on the identity of Africans, our identity, which is the beginning of the African Renaissance. And these are the conversations that we've been having, the side conversations, and we're expecting that when the head of states come, they begin to bring Africa together, because Africa at the time is at a point where, currently we have about 6 member states that are not attending this particular AU because they were suspended because of how they came into governance. And how can we unify silencing the guns? How can we unify Africa? How can we make the AU the bride of the member states? Because right now we find that most of the Western civil society organizations are cutting the governments more than the AU. And we look at the head of states coming together to bridge this gap and build a more prosperous Africa. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Adebayo. But let me just bring in the head of the Blue Economy Division here at the AU, just to tell us about what are their expectations, especially when the heads of state come tomorrow, looking at the Blue Valley economy.
What we are expecting to head of state talking about blue economy is to really give an incentive for, let's say, people on the continent to know what is the opportunity, the main opportunity related to blue economy. We want them to also see how the private sector can be engaged, because when we are talking about blue economy, we are talking about economy. So it's not only to stay at the stage where we are now, because we have a blue economy strategy, but it's to move from, let's say, that framework to implementation in the fields. And to do that, we need really that country also push with the private sector to be involved in develop the main opportunity we have in blue economy. There is a lot of value chain, firstly in, let's say, traditional sector like fisheries, tourism, and shipping. But there is also a lot of opportunity for job creation in emerging sector like minerals, renewable energy, innovation and technology. So we expect that talking about blue economy more and more, we will not only inform the people of our continent, but also interest people who want to do business on this sector.
But how do people from the grassroots also benefit from blue economy?
In fact, sometimes we just forget that we are already doing blue economy, because there are people on coastal zone, or even in inland country, where people are doing blue economy, but they don't know that they are doing blue economy. So one of the things we are working on is to just highlight those opportunities and those potential on blue economy for them to know that what they are doing is part of blue economy, but they can enhance, they can upscale what they are doing. So that's one of the things we are working on. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bola. Those are some of the discussions that are happening here at the AU 38th Summit that is happening here in Addis Ababa. Also, he has been talking about how the grassroots can also benefit from the blue economy, and also discussions that have been happening around the repatriations, also African leaders coming in tomorrow. So we are expecting a lot to be happening here at the AU Summit. It's back to you in the studio.
Well, thank you so much, Bongani, for that update.